This is a 12-bar blues using the quick change pattern. All that means is instead of staying on the 1 chord for 4 measures at the beginning, I'm going to substitute the 4 chord for the 1 chord in the second measure. That's the first change. So let me start it. I'm going to use a shuffle, a slow shuffle, and I'm just going to use the power chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to go quickly to the 4 chord and then right back to my 1 chord. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the rest of it is the same until we get to the ending. So again, instead of playing 4 measures of the 1 chord, I did the 1 chord for 1 measure, replaced the second measure with the 4 chord, and then back to the 1. So I'm just substituting it, the 4 chord in that second measure for the 1 chord. Here it is again, and I'll keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now the 4 chord, and back to my 1 chord. And here's my 4th measure, still on the 1 chord. Now I go to the 4 chord just like before. 2 measures, nothing changes here. Then back to my 1 chord, like before, no changes, 2 measures. Then my 5 chord, 4 chord. Now it's going to change a little bit. Back to my 1, and then quickly back to my 4, back to my 1 again, and then my 5. So the last 2 measures, instead of doing, normally I'd do the 1 chord for a full measure, and then my 5 chord for a measure, and that's the end of my pattern. What I'm going to do now is my 1 chord for half a measure, and then my 4 chord for a half a measure, back to my 1 chord for a half a measure, and then my 5 chord. And then I'm at the beginning or the ending of the pattern. So here it is from the 5 chord the first time I get there. Full measure of 5. 1, 2, 3. Now my 4 chord. Now the quick changes. 1, 4, 1, 5. Alright, here's the whole pattern from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. Substitute the 4 chord for just 1 measure. Back to my 1 chord. Is the 3rd measure. My 4th measure. Now I'm going to the 4 chord. 2 measures like before. Back to the 1 chord. 2 measures just like before. My 5 chord. Set of quick changes. 1, 4, 1, and then the 5. And then my ending or repeat if I want to repeat it. Now I'm using the shuffle rhythm. This also works with the straight rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 is my 4 chord, and back to my 1 chord. 4 chord, same as normal, same as before. Back to my 1 chord, 2 measures, 5 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord. So I'm going to go back to the shuffle for now, and I'm also going to add the little finger. So if you haven't been doing this, try to work that pinky in. Pinky's coming down on the 5th string. When I'm on the 1 chord, it's coming down 2 frets higher than where my ring finger is. So my ring finger is on the 5th fret. I'm in the key of G. My little finger is going to come down on the 7th fret on that same 5th string. And I'm just alternating. I'm going beat 1, 2, 3, 4. So my little finger is coming down on beats 2 and 4. When I go to the 4 chord, same thing. The pinky just follows that 3rd finger and it goes to the 4th string. Likewise, when I'm on the 5 chord, comes down on string 4, up at the 9th fret, because my 3rd finger is on string 4, 7th fret. So if I play the whole pattern now, shuffle, with the quick change, it'll be this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 chord. That's the quick change there. And then back to the 1 chord. And my 4 chord. Back to my 1 chord. Changes 1, 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord, and bang. Another thing you can do, instead of using your ring finger here, that's quite a stretch for the pinky, you could use your middle finger there. That's what I like to do, because then I can add an extra fret with the pinky that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So you can add that middle finger instead of the ring finger. Then you just have to work on keeping the ring finger out of the way. If you're having trouble with it, you just got to train it to stay up. One more change you can add if you want at the end. Here's my 5 chord, my 4 chord, my 1 chord quick change, 4 chord, 1 chord. Now when I go to the 5, I can do that. So all I did was 1, 4 chord, 1 chord. So I'm just getting up to the 5 by going chromatically, 1 fret at a time, starting at fret 3 in this case, or it looks like the 4 chord. And then finish the pattern if you're using the pinky. Here it is again, the last quick change. I'm at the 1 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord, and then end or repeat. Good luck.